Alright, so let's get started on creating our book. One of the first things that I do is actually outside the book module. I'll go over to the library module, make sure everything's in a collection. It just makes it easier that way. Okay, and that way, so you make a collection, that way you can even reorder if you want. So if you want to change the order of your photos, you can do it right here. You can always do it when you make the book, but I just find it's a little easier to have it done ahead of time, and you can reorder when you're in a collection versus when you're in a folder, you can't do it. Okay, alright, so let's hop over to the book module. First thing, we have book settings right at the top here. So before we even make the book, let's make a few choices. As far as the book goes, you've got a choice between blurb or just print the book to a PDF. So we're going to choose blurb for now. Size, so you've got a couple of different size options here. Cover, hardcover image wrap, hardcover dust jacket. Come down here, paper type, premium luster, matte, uncoated, pearl. I kind of like premium luster. It's always one of my favorites, so I'm going to leave it on that one. And then logo page, on or off. Take a look down here. See, it says estimated price. It says $62.04. I'm going to turn the logo page off, and it jumps up 20%. So by letting blurb put one logo page inside of your book, you're going to save 20%. So if you want to save 20%, that's a way to do it. All right, scroll down here. One last thing we have to do before we start and do the auto layout process, and that is pick a preset. So you've got a couple of different presets here. You got left blank, right one photo with a caption, one without a caption, left one, one or two, right two or four. So it all depends. I always choose one photo per page. So that's usually a good starting place for me. You can always come back. You can always change this later if you need to, but for me, that's a really good starting place. Okay, now at this point, the next thing I'll do is I'll hit auto layout, and Lightroom's going to go through, grab all the photos from the film strip down here, and it's going to auto layout everything here, and you can see what it's created for us. Okay, and as far as moving on from here, one of the first steps that I'll usually do is kind of just make sure I have the overall order the way that I want it. So if I want to change something, like maybe I want to swap photos, all you got to do is click and drag, and it just swaps the two photos. So you can do that. Well, we talked about doing it inside the collection if you want to reorder your photos. If you didn't do it inside there, then you can always come over here and do it. The other thing that we can do here is we can modify the way our photo looks. Of course, if you just click on a cell, you can move it up and down, and you can change what you can see in the cell. Lightroom has automatically, because of what we did in our book preferences, Lightroom has automatically set each photo to fill the frame. Okay, so it's filling whatever frame space that it's given here. If you want to change that, you can go to your zoom level and you can change that. Just be careful, if you go down too far to try to get more of the photo in, you start to lose your space at the top and the bottom. Okay, and it does that because we hold it to zoom to fill. So that's what zooming to fill is. But you can of course come in here and you can change that if you want to. If you happen to go too high, see that little exclamation point that pops up? That means now I'm risking print quality. Okay, if you click on it, it says this photo may not print well at this size. It will print at 195 ppi. The minimum recommended is 200 ppi. So we would come over here and we would adjust this until we got to, and basically got that little exclamation point to go away. So just keep that in mind too when it comes to printing. If you see those exclamation points, that's your warning. Doesn't mean it's going to look horrible. It just kind of means watch out. It might not print the way that you think it will. Okay, so that's getting started with a book. Of course, in the next few videos, we'll take a look at all the preferences and all the layout options that we can now control from this point on.